So getting ready to blot paper basically means that you have to soak your paper in a soaking tray. So in our shop over here we have our soaking tray, which is unfortunately a very long way away from our sink. And what you want to make sure that you do is you want to make sure that you check this and clean it out. Make sure if there's any trouble in there, just rinse it out of there so that you don't get your paper all messed up. Just, you know, stray junk that's floating around in there. And then we use our fancy orange bucket, and we're just going to fill this thing up with, you know, one of these full of water, maybe two, depending on how many pieces of paper we're trying to float in there. So use the pitcher, go over here and dump it in. So one of those ought to do for one piece of paper. And then you just take your piece of paper and you dunk it in there and make sure that it's all submerged. And then you're ready to run it through the press. Okay, so after your paper has been soaking in the soaking tank for at least probably an hour or so, you want to go ahead and put the paper in. It's always a good idea to put the paper in before you start doing other things in here so that it's good and ready to go. Remember that we want that paper to be soft and malleable, and we want the fibers of that paper to have expanded to the point where they can emboss really nicely. And if you don't give it enough time in the water, you won't get as rich a print out of it. So once you're done with that, and once the paper is soaked for a while, you just want to kind of hold it up and hold it like this and let the water drip off the corner until it's done. Obviously make sure you have really, really clean hands. And then over here we have our blotting area. So I just like to open up one of these towels, you know, and then close it like this, and then you just kind of run your hand over it in order to keep the, kind of block the water off of it. And then you can open it up, and then we have a paper brush right here, which we use, and that just helps you kind of get any fuzzy, kind of goofy stuff that shouldn't be on the piece of paper off before you run it through the press. So once you've done this, and once all the little stray fibers are gone, and if you see one of these towels getting really nasty and really stiff from sizing, or maybe even like dirty, make sure that you take it off and use one of the clean towels that we have here and replace it, and let me know and I'll take it home and wash it. But once you're done, you should have a nice damp piece of paper that's soft and malleable and ready to go put on the press to run through your etching. So once we're done for the day and we've got all of our prints made and you're finished with the paper that you were soaking over here, don't forget to empty the soaking tank over here. It's really important that we do this to keep this clean. Otherwise we're going to get a lot of nasty mold and gross algae on it. It's not going to work. So if you want, you can walk this tray over to the sink with a partner and dump it, or if you need to, you can just dump it right here into our eye wash station, which hopefully we will never ever need, but just very carefully lift that up and dump your water in there, and that just goes straight into the drain, and you are, you know, in the clear. So don't spill, and carefully drain that, and then, you know, go ahead and go over here to the sink and rinse this off really well so that we know that it's clean for the next person who's going to use it.